So this video takes up 20 gigabytes on my computer and I want to get rid of it. I want to upload this audio and get rid of it by uploading it to YouTube as soon as I can because it is taking up 20 gigabytes of my computer and I just want to get rid of it. Anyways, these are my watercolors that I just recently got, and this is my sketchbook that I also just recently got. And these are my acrylics, which I've had for a while, so I'm going to use them in this video. I'd like to say sorry in advance for the really shitty quality of my video, cause um I exported this in 180p, but my audio quality really sucks because I'm recording this from my laptop because my phone died, so I can't access my voice memo app, which I usually use to record stuff. And well, this video is like 20 gigabytes, so I just want to record the audio and upload it and get rid of it as soon as I can. So yeah, let's get into the video. So the majority of my OCs come from Skyrim because I play Skyrim a lot with different saves, and I tend to make a lot of different characters, which really fucks up my dad's storage. I'm sorry, Dad, I know you want to get Red Dead Redemption free, but I'll have to wait until after I defeat Alduin on my 5th gameplay. Anyways, I make my OCs in Skyrim a lot, as you can probably see from this gal on screen right here. She's my OC Namra, and she is a Breton thief. Well, I headcanon her as Asian in like real life, specifically Indonesian, because I'm Indonesian and I want that sweet, sweet representation. And yeah, she's a thief, but I don't know what else there is to say about her, to be honest. She's not one of my more fleshed out characters. She's kind of in a lot of my short stories, my travels from my upcoming fantasy novel. She is the comic relief for my other character, Val, who's also known as Von Yanzel, and sometimes Raylan, because Raylan's older, so I can't decide if she fits in the Raylan timeline or in the Val timeline. But I think I'm probably gonna fit her into the Raylan timeline because there's not a lot of characters I have for that period in my novel. So yeah, I'm just gonna move on to Raylan because she has a lot more going on. So Raylan is one of my characters I consider pretty old because she is she is around 3 years old. She started out as a Homestuck OC by the name of Raylan Larisk, and now she's Raylan Amzel, and I do not associate with Homestuck anymore because of some personal experiences. I got very heavily grounded for some Homestuck stuff that, yeah, I don't want to talk about. So she quickly became not a Homestuck character, but an original character. Like, she lost her horns. She still has gray skin, but I portray her as a half dark elf, half moon elf now, so she is fully 100% original. Her mom died in a fire, and basically her father, who's a politician slash scientist, I don't know what I'm gonna make him yet, he kind of emotionally distances himself from his daughter after that because he can't bear to see someone who looks so much like someone he loved and lost looking right back at him through Ray, because she's just a reminder of what he's lost, and he's a person who stays in the past a lot, and so she grows up really lonely. She she has this sword fighting instructor like Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, who kind of teaches her how to wield sword, but she finds she's better at wielding a scythe, and so that's what she does. And she's not very good at it first, but when she's learning from her sword fighting guy, because he purposefully dumbs himself down to keep her busy by thinking that she's doing a good job, when in actuality she's not, and she learns that later on. And so one day, when he's kind of preoccupied with something else, she sneaks out of the house and out of the fence and meets this human guy named Quinn, who is also her age when they were like both 9 years old, I believe. So Quinn, he's very angry. He's from the slums, and he sees what these rich elves have, and he decides, I want that. And this is obviously not a very this is not a bad mindset to have, because obviously the rich are a very problematic social class. And Ray and Quinn kind of hang out for a while after that. They become best buddies because Ray doesn't have any other friends in her life, and she kind of gives him a place to live at her house because her dad is too busy working. So they just like give him a spare room in the house because her dad just literally does not give two shits about what she does anymore. So Quinn, when he's about 13, starts this kind of union for his people and to empower them, and Ray joins it pretty quickly because she believes that all people should be treated equally. Her father lets her play at this for a while before he kind of disowns her when she's 15 and tells her to leave, or leave with the militia union thing, or stay and take his side because he kind of has opposing political beliefs because he's a politician, and this kind of frightens him. So he sees his own daughters against him, and so she leaves because her father never really believed in her. So why should she? And she lives with Quinn, and they go on to like tour this fantasy world together and kind of preach the union's beliefs. And she ends up dating Quinn for a while because it's more out of convenience, really, because um she's obviously not had a lot of love as a kid. She doesn't really know what love is. She wants to feel that all the time with Quinn because he's her closest friend, and she couldn't bear to lose him. She just really like values him platonically, but it doesn't work out because she values him platonically, but he's still he still matters a lot to her, so she kind of gets upset when they separate. And later on, he meets this human girl named Harper Nightingale, and she's very important to the story because basically they date for a while. Raylan's kind of jealous for a while, but she doesn't really hate Harper because Harper's a nice girl and she finds it hard to hate her. And as I said, she's very empathetic and understanding, and she's trying to be just and fair person, so she doesn't hate Harper. And this is a very important scene in my upcoming novel. Basically, they're at a party preaching some thingy, and Quinn goes off to talk to some important people, and Ray is sitting by herself on a fountain, and Harper kind of comes up to her and is like, "Hey, I know what you're going through. I kind of feel it too. All the people at this party seem really fake, and I feel like you're the only person I can trust, so can we please become friends?" And they do, and they kind of have a moment where Ray and Harper hold hands, and like everything's perfect, and they're best buddies. Not like Quinn and Harper were, but like on a more emotional, understanding level rather than idealistic shared ambition. And basically, a while after that, Quinn has this really crazy genocidal idea thing, and it's not good. And he makes Harper leave with him because he's very manipulative and charming, and gaslights her to basically leave Ray and go with him. And Ray finds out, and she's very unhappy about it. And she tells Quinn, "If you do this, I'm going to hunt you down, and I am going to stop you." And so she does, and she takes her scythe and she says, "If you do this, I have to cut you down. I have to eliminate you. I can't let you do this because this is bad, and I don't recognize the person you are anymore." And so he does not stand down, and so she goes to a kind of get rid of him, but Harper unfortunately jumps in the way, and she dies. Now I'm thinking of changing the scene because obviously I know about the trope of LGBT characters dying a lot in fiction, so I want to change that by having it be more surprising, like she came back to life or she never actually died or something. But I just want that martyr scene of showing what emotional abuse can do to a person show up. And after that, Ray seemingly kills Quinn, and she. This is after she kills her father. I'll probably talk more about that someday later. I don't know. I haven't really fought that one for, but she kills her father before the cause of the Union, and after that she becomes this really important political figure as High Reaper, which means she's basically like a very empowered judge. She's like president slash judge. I don't know. I don't know politics. So yeah, she is High Reaper, and she becomes a very serious, mature, kind of still empathetic and caring person. And she this is the end of Raylan's timeline and the beginning of Val slash Emilion slash Claudius. So in this timeline, it's a few years, quite a few years after the whole Quinn Ray incident, after the war and the Union and everything, and basically, Ray is about late 20s, early 30s by this point, and no, mid 30s, no, yeah, mid 30s. Sorry. So she's raising Claudius, who could either be her adopted son or Harper and Quinn's son, or even her and Quinn's son. It's debatable. But anyways, he's your son. And he is your average goody goody soldier boy. He's like, Mom, I want to go off and fight in wars and be a good, heroic patriot boy. And she's like, no, honey, I know what war's like. You kind of stay home and be a guard. And this is how he meets Emilion, who is also the son of a, he's the son of a lord, Lord Boivin. Um, French names because I watched the movie Taxi once, and Emilion kind of is an interesting character, and I kind of copy pasted him, added a few of my quirks here. So yeah, and Emilion is this roguish bard dude who doesn't know how to fight, but like he always gets into trouble because he's compensating for his dad not loving him enough as a kid like Raylan is, but in more destructive ways. He gets drunk and he trashes places, but he's nice to people who aren't so well off. And Claudius is kind of like exasperated by him because he does this every so often, and he's growing bored of this as a guard who wants to be a soldier and fight in wars. But basically, kind of Ray kind of forces him to take on Emilion as his personal project. And somewhere along the way, they meet Van Janzel, who's also known as Val. And Val is half dark elf. Sorry, not half dark elf. Half. I don't know what elf. What kind of elf? Maybe sun elf? Because he's really blonde. He's like the palest shade of blonde you can imagine. Wavy, flaxen haired, blue eyed boy. Very pretty boy. And he is an indentured servant to Emilion's half brother, who is the son of Lord Boivon's second wife, who Emilion kind of really dislikes. And he feels really sorry for this boy. And they've been friends for since they were kids. So, Claudius kind of helps, um, Emilion get Val out of this indentured servitude, and they all become fast friends because Emilion now respects him because he helps him with his friend, and he kind of has a Emilion does have a crush on Val, and they do get together after a while because it's so sweet. It's just I love them so much. But Val kind of gets these prophetic dreams involving his fairy, his fae, his elven grandmother, and she's like, "Boy, come back to your roots because you are a fae and you belong with your own kind." So he he leaves Emilion brokenhearted and he goes off and joins the fae, and he gets brainwashed and stuff by them, and he comes back and he stabs his boyfriend. And Emilion he doesn't die. Emilion doesn't die, but like the last thing he sees before he blacks out is like Val sobbing, stabbing him, and that's like the last scene I have in my novel. I don't know what happens after that. Like, do they make up? Who knows? Um, this story time has run out long enough. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I guess I'll see you guys next time.